Rejection is not a setback. It is a filter. And if you understand how that filter works, you stop fearing it and start using it. 12 publishers rejected Harry Potter. That wasn't the tragedy, it was the advantage. Everyone tells this story like it's about never giving up. It's not. It's about something far more strategic. By the time J.K. Rowling submitted to her 13th publisher, she wasn't competing with thousands of writers anymore. Rejection had already removed most of them. That's how filters work. Here's what happens. The first rejection hurts. The third feels discouraging. The fifth starts sounding reasonable. And somewhere between the 7th and the 10th, quitting begins to feel intelligent, mature, practical. That's the moment that decides everything, not the rejection, the agreement. When you start agreeing with the no, but here's the part nobody talks about. Rejection does not measure talent, it measures tolerance. Tolerance for ambiguity, tolerance for delayed validation, tolerance for being misunderstood, and tolerance is rare, which means it has value. Before she was famous, Rowling was writing in cafes because they were warmer than her apartment. A single mother, limited income, a child asleep beside her. 12 professionals declined her manuscript. They weren't cruel, they weren't foolish, they were unconvinced. From their perspective, it was risky, unproven, strange, and that matters. Because rejection is often about perceived risk, not actual potential. The real danger isn't rejection, it's identity fusion. The letter says, "This manuscript isn't for us." Your brain hears, "I am not enough." That translation feels automatic, but it isn't. It's a choice, and that choice determines whether you stay in the room. After the 12th rejection, Rowling considered stopping. Not because she lacked belief, because she was tired. And exhaustion makes doubt sound wise. Fatigue is the real filter, not failure. Most people don't quit because they're incapable. They quit because they're depleted. Now here's the part that changes everything. Rejection removes your competition, the impatient quit, the ego-fragile pivot, the approval-dependent withdraw. Every no shrinks the room. If you can survive longer than it feels reasonable to survive, you inherit the space. By submission 13, she wasn't competing with thousands. She was one of the few still standing. That manuscript became Harry Potter, a global phenomenon. But success didn't create resilience. Resilience created success. The yes didn't change her identity. The decision after 12 no's did. That's where trajectories shift. In the invisible moment, not the visible outcome. So here's the uncomfortable question. How many attempts does it take for you to downgrade your ambition? 1, 3, 5. At what point does persistence start feeling embarrassing? Because that's usually when the competition is already gone. Rejection does not measure your potential. It measures your staying power. And staying power is rarer than talent. The experts judge the present. The persistent shape the future. 12 people said no. 1 said yes. That yes was not luck. It was reached because she remained in the room long enough for the filter to finish its work. Rejection isn't the verdict. Leaving is. If you can separate feedback from identity, if you can tolerate the space between effort and validation, if you can outlast what feels reasonable, you don't need universal approval. You need endurance, and endurance compounds. Stay in the room, let the filter work.